Fargo. Fargo was released in 1996 and is written and directed by the Coen Brothers and stars McDormand, Buscemi, Stormare, and William H. Macy. Basically, the film follows the story of Jerry Lundegaard, played by William H. Macy in the film, who hires these two men to go and abduct his wife so that he can use her to extract money from his father-in-law, which he doesn't have the best relationship with. However, as you can imagine, that plan goes wrong, and things get a lot more complicated and a lot more bloodier. And at the same time, though, a pregnant policewoman, played by McDormand, is thrown into the mix, and as she tries to investigate the whole situation. And that's basically the plot of Fargo. And honestly, this movie is just absolutely fantastic. It's the perfect movie to show the brilliance of the Coen Brothers. Because honestly, just the way it's constructed, just the realism in the film, and just how it feels empty, in the best way possible, if you get what I mean there. Like, I love the way it's constructed, I love the way that you constantly feel intrigued into what's going on, and I love the way certain scenes are built up in the film, and at the same time though, I love the way that the film feels so realistic. Like, you actually feel like you're watching real characters in the film, which is something which is really special about it. Like, you actually feel that this whole situation could have happened in real life, even to the point of having the title card at the beginning of the film, you know, this is a true story. Even though it's not a true story, it's kind of like a joke. It's kind of like a joke to this film. It's not a true story, but it actually says at the start of the film, this is based on a true story, but actually it's not. Even to the point of having that at the start of the film, it just all feels so realistic and just so clever in its own special way, which is just so unique about this film. At the same time though, one thing I haven't mentioned yet is the uniqueness and the brilliance of the dark comedy in this film. Honestly, one thing the Coen Brothers are always good at, no matter even if the films aren't that good, like I'm not the biggest fan of A Serious Man, I'm not the biggest fan of Intolerable Cruelty, I'm not the biggest fan of Hell Caesar. There's a couple of Coen Brothers films that just don't work, and mainly their comedies, to be honest. But with this film, you know, the dark comedy in there just works so well. Honestly, you get a scene that'll just be so serious and start off so serious and might even get really bloody and really violent, but then a bit of comedy would just be thrown in there out of nowhere, and it just works so well in the film. It really does. And I also love the fact the antagonists of the film, you know, Steve Buscemi's character and Peter Stormare's character, I love the fact that those two characters in the film, they're meant to be these antagonists. I mean, they are quite evil in their own certain ways, but there's actually some really funny moments with those characters, which you don't really expect from this film. And at the same time though, I love the way that the Coen Brothers shoot this film. It's so really made. Honestly, it really is. Like I said before, this is a movie which showcases the brilliance of the Coen Brothers because of the way it's made and their storytelling. Honestly, like I said, every single scene builds on the intrigue in the film, and even certain moments in the film where you think it's going to be like an unnecessary scene. There's one moment in the film where Frances McDormand's character actually goes and meets an old college friend. It seems like quite an unnecessary scene to start off with, but then as that scene progresses, it becomes more important to the grand scheme of things, and it becomes more meaningful as well. I just love things like that in the film. At the same time though, like I said, I love the way the film is made. I love the way that the Coen Brothers shoot shot-reverse shot sequences. It's like cinematic comedy, which is quite hard to do, you know, which is taken for granted in so many other films, but in this film, the simple shot-reverse shot sequences between William H. Macy's character and Frances McDormand's character in the film, just the way they are shot feels funny, but in a really good way, and I really like that about the film. And at the same time though, the film's got some beautiful cinematography, and it's beautifully shot by Roger Deakins. And at the same time though, this film has also got my favourite Coen Brothers musical score by Carter Burwell, which worked really well in the film. Honestly, I love the music of this film. I love the main theme, the Fargo theme of the film, you know, the main theme of the film. I just love it. Like, Carter Burwell does the musical scores for most, if not all, of the Coen Brothers films, and his musical score for this film, every time I hear it, I just think, wow, what a good musical score, and it just works so well in the film. And at the same time, though, going into the whole thing of why it's so brilliant, it's down to so many things in the film. Like, the performances are all brilliant as well. Obviously, Frances McDormand is brilliant. This is the role she won an Oscar for. This is the role she won her first Oscar for. And at the same time, though, you know, Steve Buscemi doing his best performance I've seen him do. So is William H. Macy. I love William H. Macy in the film. He's very animated performance, but it's really intriguing to watch his character. In my opinion, all the intrigue on his character is just simply through William H. Macy's fantastic performance in the film. And there's so many things in the film which just work so well. Honestly, it's just such a brilliant Coen Brothers film. My only criticism, and this is if I'm being really nitpicky, and I am being, but my only criticism here with this film is that I wish I felt more of a beating heart with this film in general. I wish I felt more of an investment with the characters that we follow in the film. I'm not saying that the characters are bad. In fact, I think all the characters are really interesting in their own certain way. Even some of the side characters of the film, which just work so well, like John Carroll Lynch's character, who's the husband to Frances McDormand's character in the film. He's interesting in his own way. But the thing is though, with all the characters in the film, I just don't feel a personal connection with any of them, and I just feel this film is lacking a beating heart, in my opinion. I feel there is a heart there, particularly Frances McDormand's character and John Carroll Lynch's character in the film, but I just I want it to be there a bit more. I don't personally feel a personal connection with any of the characters in the film. I mean, they're all great to watch, and I really love all the performances in the film. I just personally, and this is me being very nitpicky about this film, just personally don't feel a personal connection with any of the characters in the film. But that's just me being very nitpicky about this film. Because honestly, it's just absolutely brilliant. It is. Just the way the film is shot, the way it's constructed, the way it's constantly intriguing, just the way that it's so realistic. You literally feel like you're watching these real characters. Like I said, even to the point of having the title card inside the film. This is based on a true story. And I just feel every grain of this film is so realistic, but in the best way possible. It's my second favourite Coen Brothers film. I was about to say it's my favourite. No, my favourite's The Big Lebowski, because I absolutely love watching that film. It's so funny. But the thing is though, this is my second favourite Coen Brothers film. For so many reasons. Honestly, it's absolutely brilliant. It's so well made. It's just so well written as well. And I just love the way that the humour is used in the film. It's so dark, but it's so brilliant. At the same time, I love performances. Francis McDormand's brilliant. You know, William H. Macy in his best role that I've seen him in. At the same time, though, just so many things like that in the film. It's a beautifully shot film. It's got a fantastic musical score. And although I don't love it, I must admit, I do think it's an absolutely brilliant film. And I think it's one of a kind. I really do. In the best way possible. I think this film encapsulates the brilliance of the Coen Brothers in the best way possible. And so, all in all, I'm going to say that Fargo, I'm going to say that, you know what? I'm going to say it's about an 8.7 out of 10. Honestly, this film is absolutely fantastic. I really like it for the most part. I mean, I do have my one nitpick about the film, that I just wish I felt more of an investment in these characters. I mean, they're more realistic and they're more fantastically written characters. They really are. But even so, I do still hold that one nitpick about this film, which is just my personal opinion. I do still really like it. I think it's a really well-made film. I think it's one of the Coen Brothers' best. Like I said, it's my second favourite Coen Brothers film. My third probably No Country for Old Men, which is actually quite similar in its style and tone to the film. Like I said, the whole film of emptiness, which I'm going to talk about, like the whole of emptiness of the film, the whole like the views of some of the characters of the film, like the quite nihilistic views and everything, and I really like that about the film. But just things like that in the film, which are carried on into later Coen Brothers films, like I said, No Country for Old Men, which is a brilliant film. You know, just those themes of nihilism in No Country for Old Men are also in this film, and I think they're actually done better in this film. I love the whole feel of nihilism. I love the whole feel of emptiness. Like it just works so well in the film. You do start to question the point of everything that's happening. And in the end, it's a Coen Brothers film. One of the points of the Coen Brothers films isn't really a point to them. You don't really get the significance of them. There's just something about them which is just so well made. And that's just perfectly encapsulated in Fargo. It's brilliant. It's so well made. I mean, I can't really put my finger on it, on why this film works so well. But the fact is, it does. It's brilliantly made. It's brilliantly written. The performances of the film are absolutely fantastic. And it's beautifully shot. It's got a fantastic musical score. And it's a really fantastic film to watch. I love the dark humour in the film. And honestly, I really like it. And the funny thing is, when I watched the film for the first time, I didn't think it was anything special. But actually, when I went to go watch the film last night, to review today, actually, I got to the end of the film and thought, that is absolutely fantastic. And honestly, it's just such a brilliant film that I just think it's absolutely fantastic. And so, all in all, I'm going to say that Fargo is an 8.7 out of 10 from me. Anyway guys, what do you think of Fargo? Please do comment down below and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Anyway guys, thank you as always for watching, and if you haven't yet, please do click down below and like subscribe on this video, and look forward to many more, both film and TV reviews coming very soon on this channel. See you guys again soon, but bye for now, bye!